Welcome to the Fright Lab. I'm Lucas Yoakum. And it is the 1st of October. Happy spooky season to everybody who's listening. Siblings, we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to try to do something a little different tonight. Something that we've been talking about doing actually for a little while now in terms of recording some just short, kind of, fun-sized sort of reviews. Not a full candy bar, but just something you can consume in one or two bites. Now, most fans of the show already know that I am something of a Halloween nut, and as a result, I tend to, overdo it maybe a little bit. To wit, the way I tend to overdo it comes from me wanting to do the 31 days of Halloween challenge, or sometimes just called 31 for 31. Simple premise, really. You watch 31 horror movies throughout the month of October, preferably one a day, but there's no real rules. I try to do something, themed, maybe. I try to do something that is like a 50-50 split. I try to do equal parts. New movies, stuff I haven't seen before, and stuff I have seen before. So tonight, movie number one on October 1st, I decided to watch something I hadn't had a chance to catch, and that was The Last Voyage of the Demeter, directed by André Øverdal. Now, Øverdal's a director I actually really like. I'm actually going to go see another one of his movies tomorrow night. I might end up recording an episode about it, you never know. But Øverdal's a director I'm actually quite fond of. He's probably best known for a film called Troll Hunter, which is a really cool, found footagey kind of myth horror thing. Super cool movie. You should check it out if you haven't. So, Last Voyage of the Demeter. It's kind of impossible to really, spoil this movie. For those who are fans of Dracula like myself, you have no doubt read the novel, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and probably seen 4 or 5 versions of the novel being made into film. But this movie has kind of a heavy lift on its plate. Specifically, it is trying to show you this one section of the novel for Dracula's transit from Transylvania to London via a ship called the Demeter. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Where do we start with this one? How do you maintain a sort of spiritual truth to this, something that's closer to the novel without just totally upending the whole thing? It's messy in some regards to try to do that. But I've got to tell you, I think this movie pulls it off really well. Right out the gate, the atmosphere is very spooky, but it's not claustrophobic or trying too hard to be a gothic horror novel. It does what it can to maintain the right kind of historical atmosphere without being either excessively grimy in the name of history, but still looking good on screen. It's entertaining in that regard. I found the way that the film portrays vampires, no spoilers, but I found the way it portrays vampires really does something for me. If you were a fan of Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, this is probably going to be right up your alley. You're going to really, I think this is going to be right up your alley. You're going to appreciate it. The cast, overall, the cast is really, really good. David Dastmalchian's always a fan favorite. He's always good on screen. I really appreciate him in any movie he does. He's always just stellar. I can't recommend him enough. So just overall, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, it's a little spooky, and it's a lot more aggressive than what I was expecting from something released on DreamWorks, right? It is a much, much uglier film than I would have guessed, but without being too ugly. I wouldn't take a 10-year-old to go see this, not by a long shot, but it is a fun, spooky, and kind of gross horror movie. Is this movie a great film? Well, no, not in a Akira Kurosawa sense of the word, but it is a great little genre flick, and it's really worth being considered part of the kind of overall canon of Dracula movies. So, friends, family, siblings, what did you think of The Last Voyage of the Demeter? If you appreciated this movie, you should let us know. You can reach out to us at thefrightlabpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Discord. And, as always, The Fright Lab is written and researched by me, Lucas Yoakum. It is produced by Joseph Wren. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll talk to you all again very soon. And hey, happy spooky season, all.